Let me get started and introduce myself. My name is Daniel Feldroy. I am a senior software engineer. I have, oh my God, it's been 23 years of professional experience, probably, I think longer. So I've built a lot of projects, but today I am building something, a web project without using any code. And you might be wondering, why would I do that? I have all these skills that I've spent years learning and improving. Why would I do this? Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Um, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna just uh this uh so I'm just gonna go over these things. So the first point is that, or let me tell you my objective. I want to run a subscription-based online live course to teach people how to build web apps. I'm also Python and JavaScript, basic stuff, maybe some Unity 3D, basically start teaching my skills. I've tried to do this with recorded videos, but that then get edited and cleaned up. But that's just not for me. I want to have that face-to-face interaction. So I plan to use Zoom or a similar service to run private classes where you pay, and if you pay, you get to work with me and a group of other people. I don't want to create this system myself. I've done it before. I've literally created several online educational systems. And I've also looked at some commercial offerings. And in the case of building myself, it's a lot of work. Maintaining it is work. And someone who, and while yes, I could do it, it's not that much. Well, actually, it is a lot of work. It's always more work than you think it is. And that also will distract me from the limited time I have to work and also teach. We're living in a pandemic, and these are unusual times, and I don't get as many hours of work in that I want, and so I cannot afford to spend any time maintaining my own system. If someone else can make it, that's ideal. And I also need to have it be pluggable into my current e-commerce system that I use to sell my books and materials. So yeah, fundamentally, I want to spend my time building or teaching people, and just as important, if more so, building my own apps. I don't want to maintain yet another subscription project. Also, I don't find building subscription systems that much fun. I believe that if I can, I should be coding what's fun. Certainly, I paid more when I'm coding what's fun. That's just fortunate. Been fortunate about my career for the most part. Now, so that's kind of uh, how it's working. The other thing is, for those of you who are software engineers, you might have said, well, why don't you just do it with Stripe? And I tried that. This morning actually, big old artifact right here. Um, uh, I made some distance in it, and I can show you what I did. But the issue is that I had to create a page to set up session IDs for subscriptions. Like I had to set up a server, and I could do it in Flask and do it without any persistence. But then if I wanted users' ability to control their own subscriptions, like unsubscribe, because sometimes people like to do that, I would have to add in more code. And it's not that much, but it is code. So I was like, oh, this isn't what I want to be doing. So let me explain to you what no code is. No code, and what no code is it is a movement to be able to replicate some of the work that software engineers like I can do without having to code. Zapier is probably what a lot of people are already using who don't even think of it as part of the no code movement, but it is an automation service that allows you to tie apps like Google spreadsheets and email together. So that way you can do things. If you're dealing with Shopify, you might have set up triggers, so that way when an order is sold, it triggers an action in Zapier, then might do any number of things like inject a record into a spreadsheet, or it might be sending off a request to your fulfillment system, or there's an infinite number of things that you can use with Zapier. But there's other no-code tools out there. There's Webflow. There's just a whole bunch of them, and um, I've there's also Airtable, and these are pretty nice. They're generally inexpensive. For me, what I need is I need something that um, lets me will handle all the work of hosting the subscription system for users. So, for example, if you come to my site and you want to code, you would then you'd be directed to a page that this service would maintain, and subscribe there, and then manage your subscription. But that isn't just unsubscribing, but also look at your billing history. A lot of people need that. Often people really want to see this at tax time. And then the thing is when these subscriptions come in, I want to be able to, as subscriptions are paid, I want to save the result to a spreadsheet, and so that way, as a class is scheduled within the subscription period, it's a weekly subscription, it will then fill out that spreadsheet. So that way, when we generate the meeting using Zoom or another tool, online meeting where I'm interacting of them just watching video code, it should handle that automatically. So automation is great. And then if I have time and energy, because I've not used Chargebee before, we're going to do this together, then I may use Chargebee to, I may use Canva, show you how to use Canva to create logos and also a thumbnail for this stream, which I'll be posting to you. So that's my plan for today. So let's get to it. So real quick, for those of you who are coders, I want to show you what I did this morning. This is just going to take a second. Those of you who are not coders. So I have this URL. It's really, but this is running on my local machine. And if I click on this, it actually will take me to a payment system, a payment page. This is powered by Stripe. And the issue with Stripe, of course, is that to get the billing management system where people can check their billing history as well as cancel a subscription, I'd have to write code that runs on a server. This isn't just a tiny little script that I'm injecting into pages that I already have. So if I fill this out with some information, it'll certainly process stuff. This is a bogus credit card number. Most of these systems have doesn't like that credit card number. Okay, so yeah, you can see that this will behave just like it's working, but it's not actually. So, and then it gets redirected to success page on our e-store. So let's look at Chargebee. Chargebee. I'll just do it. Chargebee is this site right here, and I've known about it for several years because it always turns up in searches. And what I should be able to do using this system is create a billing service for our online courses, a billing subscription. So, so first thing it asks me to create a Sandbox account. Let me see if I can blow it up for you. Good. So as you can see, it's letting me create a Sandbox account. A Sandbox account, if you're not a coder, this is really important, especially when you're dealing with payments. Sandbox account lets you test your payment systems against a fake system before you go live, before you're actually taking payments. This is important because there's a really good chance you're going to just make a small mistake, and this gives us the confidence to play around and make sure that we understand what is working. So I'm gonna put in my work email, and then yeah, I think I'm going to not let everybody. So just give me a second. One number. Not gonna click that I want to buy, but awesome happenings. Nothing against Chargebee. Okay. I'm gonna. All right. So I'm gonna. What? I have to have a kickoff call? I don't want a call. All right. I really. This is not. I don't want. I really don't want a sales call. Oh my god. All right. So this is so Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays I stream from 10 to 2. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my meeting days, as it were. So I don't really have much time. Let me check my calendar. This is really frustrating that I have to like. One thing that I don't like is systems where I have to like you have to talk to a salesperson before you can really start it. To me, that's really frustrating. I'm gonna put it on Tuesday at 11. Because my Tuesday is pretty clear. These are my coworkers' things. This is me. I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the mornings on Tuesdays, and uh, put in that name. And I don't want you to see what my number. Yeah. Back that before I post this to you. Okay, so I'm meeting Anthony, Alex. Oh, you know what? I didn't need to. Did I actually need that? I don't think I did. Okay, so it's gonna give me this quick pop-up tour. This is common with modern apps. It's explaining that I'm in the Sandbox environment. I can play around and make mistakes. It's gonna affect my bank account. I can create plans. Plans are gonna be subscription plans. Hold on. Okay, so where was I? I'm gonna artifact. Hold on. Hey. Okay, so all right, let's build this. Okay, so uh and it'll give me a chance to set up how things look. So pick colors and things like that. And check the checkout is. So basically it's going over what I explained. Also to send out notifications. So this is so it's representative. This isn't like what I'm doing. Oh, I would not mind doing $76,000 of sales in May. That would be awesome. Maybe I will. uh, we'll see if it goes all according to plan. Quick math. Be able to see I just blew up. So this for those who aren't software engineers, I'm entering using Python to do some math. So I'm playing this on my subscriptions for $24.99 per week, and with Zoom, I can get 100 people in a class without going to the webinar level, which is a more expensive level. So I can make hold on. So I can make $2,499 a week off of this. Times 4 is I could make about, if I'm doing, I could make about maybe $10,000 off of this one class that I'm doing. And this is the opening rate. If it goes well and things are going well, then I'll start increasing the price and see what the market can handle. We'll see. I'm being a little bit transparent, just so that everyone. Yeah, I don't have it. Okay, so I'm unpublished. I can go live. I can look at the revenue story. I think what I want to do, probably go to the product catalog. So here you can see that there's all these fake users. Unfortunate that. Oh, I have to go to the email link. Find my account. Here we go. So, to this event, and here we go. So I have to complete my account setup. And have to again redact this. Give me a. Okay, so and if something doesn't get redacted, I have a Google Pixel phone. Screening calls is. So I haven't started charging my customers yet. How do your exist? So this is a thing because these are new products. So I'm just gonna say, uh, gonna say because I am planning to use Stripe. The reason for that, if this goes well, I may go eventually off of Chargebee. Chargebee is gonna probably charge me 3 to 5% transaction, and that will add up over time. So I'm gonna mention Stripe for now, and I need a password, and fortunately I have a password. Just using my it's wanting my, even letting me use my normal password. I mean my okay, so I'd like to use one password. So important that you use a password manager instead of writing it down on little, God forbid, putting it in a ugh. Um just password manager really help your security. So I have, that is my password. Don't get to see. I am literally copy paste from the password. Okay, and now I am back to the dashboard. Bunch of, don't think, because I understand how this works. I've used payment systems before. These are customers. These are people who have placed orders, subscriptions. This is their subscriptions that they have and status. So Dave at example.com, who's part of Moss, he has a Grow subscription and it's non-renewing of invoices. So I think it will. We're gonna get into that later, and I think what we'll gonna get rid of the just they're in my way. And I haven't used this before. I'm just figuring this out. Didn't I? The plan could take a while to. Please note, it could take a while for change to reflect based off. Yeah, because I guess. All right, that's fine. You might say, hey, how come it's not? There we go. So I guess it worked that time. If there's a lot of data that they're storing about, might just take a while for them to hit all their archives. So, let's create our plan. I'm gonna go to Stripe where I had a try to Django crash course live on class. Then we our acronym for Django crash course is DC. Let me backs of my blue screen. Okay, but that's all right. So we have our live online class. That's right. It's not some recording where you're watching me code. You're coding with me. Invoice name. We'll just start with this, and then I wonder if this is Markdown. Well, we will always show the description. This way, I want to have the description so that way people, when they're checking their bills and paperwork, they know what it's for. This learn how to build Django apps with Eldroy. Live online class that runs a week for 2 hours. The mandatory curriculum, and I'll probably change the wording. I'll have Audrey go over it with me just to make sure people understand. You must have a copy of, you must have the Django crash, have purchased the Django crash course book and the sad truth is that not everyone will have purchased it because piracy, which is unfortunate because writing books stuff right now is how we're supporting the company until we get our apps running. And part of the reason why I'm doing this, for better or for worse, is that people share the books and then they get pirated. By pirated means that other people sell them, even though we're supposed, we wrote it, so it should be the only. But yeah, other people will sell. There are certainly illegal sellers of ebooks. Okay, so we're gonna bill once a week. So at once a week you'll get billed, and oh wow, we can really change this up. So we can have 24.99 our price, and I might make a second one where maybe we can second subscription where we would include the Django crash course as part of in that setup. Is there a trial? No trial. Hosted page, displaying customer portal. Yes, the customer portal is where customers get to manage their account. They can, like I said before, they can subscribe, or um, they can look at their bills on successful checkout. So I will need to have a the URL to redirect on a successful account. Has some return variables. You know what though? I don't really care at this point. My thought is that what I can do instead, I mean, I don't care about variables because I'm not going to build an app, but what I can do is I can do www.elderoy.com. Just I'm doing it over here so I don't accidentally reveal proprietary data like some contact info. So awkward. Uh, so I'm gonna direct them to this page right here, and probably this is what it currently looks like. I have a page called "Get Ready to Crash in a." It will. Okay, let me. I think I can change the URL. Crash. That. Okay, so now we'll have to whitelist this. The redirect URL must be a whitelisted domain in Chargebee. So I'll have to figure out how to get that whitelisted. But that shouldn't be hard. I'm gonna try and create a second course, or a second plan, and this one will include as a setup fee. It'll include as a setup fee the purchasing the Django crash course ebook. With I'm gonna so Django crash uh, okay. Then comes with a comes with um a comes with the Django crash course ebook. So this is really nice because what it means is that someone can if they can just get a little bit more easily. You can bill once per week. And so volume's interesting. We don't need to do, but let's say for example, the interesting thing about volume is perhaps if someone says, "Hey, we'll buy 10,000 of these," that's where closing things. Now the price is going to be $24.99, and right now, at least for the time being, the Jenga Crash Course ebook is only $19.99. At some point soon, it's going to go up. We're not going to do free trial, and direct your that other one has this year. Okay, so we now have two. Okay, so think these are the good plans that we have. What we might do is, um, What might be fun, get ready to, oh, help me set up. That could be interesting. That could be a value add eventually, which is like, hey, come and join the class and we'll help you with setup. But just cleaning up the environment just so it's a little bit easier. Coupons, if we want to give discount codes for people, or maybe we could sell them on site. The coupons can be useful because what happens is you have people want to buy the subscription plan for their husband, their kids, or so okay, let's see what else. I think that is it. Now, how do we actually there's a get started. Maybe I should have. I think I read this, didn't I? Yeah, I did not too long ago. Okay, so let's configure some Chargebee stuff. Business profile. Uh, okay, um, so right now we are still incorporated as Roy Greenfeld Inc. Just haven't had a chance to change it. This is our mailing address where states California, and our phone number. Have to go to the other page because as much as I love all of you, don't want to have to do any more retractions than I have to. That's our business profile. And bring back in, go over with billing rules. Let's see what billing rules are. Hide zero value line items. Yeah, enable accounting fields for integration. Sure. We use QuickBooks. Attempt payment collection when payment method is added. Absolutely. Notify and wait to close invoices. No. Round off invoice amount. Hide Chargebee branding. Not going to worry about that. Collect tax registration from customers for countries not configured for tax. We may add that. And we're not shipping anything. So billing mode, I think for now we're going to do you can do it by the day or by the millisecond. We'll do that. And enable automatically prorate credit. Oh, we want to turn that off. So that means that let's say you join right before the class, like the day before, and then you quit the next day, you're only charged for 1 day out of that 7-day subscription. I don't want that. I want, that's not something I want. We're not set up for that. Payment terms. We don't want to do that. So and all right, I think we're gonna hold off on card address information. So we have that's all done. Go pause subscription. Yes. Pause subscription is great. I think this allows we're gonna enable it. I think this allows yeah, we're just gonna do pause immediately. People will appreciate that, especially since we don't do prorating of things. How long should it be? So pause forever if they're unbilled. We'll just be nice about it. If we start seeing abuse of it, then we'll change it. But this is one of those things where let's say people of all kinds. Oh yes, gift subscription. This is awesome. Okay, so okay. So I don't really understand these. I I think these should be indefinite. So let's see how long, like why I can't stand it when someone gives you a gift card and then you can't use it forever. Like, so well, I doubt I'm gonna years, but just in case, let's up so you can see and bring it to the top. Just think of me about to do a calculator. So let's say there's 365 days in a year. We're gonna keep it active. Let's do 10 years, yeah. 365. Oh, 3650. Apply. Oh, it can't be more than a year. Well, I tried. Um, UI is kind of frustrating because I keep so there we go. Next thing we have subscription cancellation, unbilled charges, or cancel me. Let's cancel a subscription immediately. Don't issue credits. Um, we'll retain. If someone really complains, they can email us. And while I'd like to be nice to people, I've seen people get abused of this. All right, we're gonna insist on payment collection. I do quite a bit of charity. I can't afford to make my businesses be charity. Okay, so what is payment gateway? So we're using the test gateway, um, but we will be Stripe option. So there's a whole bunch of other options, but I think you can only pick one, which is what it is. So we're going to connect to our existing account. This right here that I'm showing you is my password manager. So I can pull up Stripe. Here's my account. Notice I just copy pasted my password and now I want Eldroy Stripe account. So now so I'll have to enable everything that Eldroy.com. We don't want any of this other information. Okay, direct debit. Oh my goodness, I have no idea what. All right, we're not gonna do direct ACH. Uh, Eldroy. And I'm on the phone here, so I don't have to redact it. Back in. Okay. All right. So I think we're good with this. So I can apply. I think we're nearly done with this important stuff. Tell you what, let's let's try this out. Let's figure out if we can find the customer portal. Where is the customer? This is pretty funny. I don't know. So currencies, taxes, can't even configure it. Any third-party integrations, we're going to be using Zapier, but we'll get to that shortly. Oh, they do have a Shopify integration. That is really interesting because we use Shopify. No, because I don't want to have so what this does would do with our Shopify stores would take over checkout is my guess, and I really don't want. So so how do we? I have my plans on this. How do we? Let's look up how to find the customer. Okay, Chargebee. So, oh hey, I just realized that. Let's see what they've been saying. I should have been paying more attention to out talk. So hi, hey Ju. It's Singularity. Hey, I really appreciate it. It the writing books is a lot of fun. It's hard. It's not easy, but it's what we do. So we love it when we get thanks. And so yeah, and yeah, thank you, Najor. No, I'm just trying to figure out. So I'm still new to to Twitch and streaming in general. So you shared 500 diamonds, it looks like, and I am um you know, thank you. I don't know what I get to do with it, but thank you. At some point I'll have to find out how it works. I've been more focused on like streaming than learning the interfaces and the quirks. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I'm trying to find the customer portal for Charge. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so here we go. So we have self-service portal, part of our single page checkout system. So the portal is hosted under yourdomain.chargebeeportal.com. It's by default. You go to settings, hosted pages, customer portal. Hey, do you guys like the dive? Except for there's, because I'm actually in my garage. I have the door open. It's like a cold day out here, and there's like a breeze, and it feels really nice. But whenever it happens, I like the rink happen. So it's, speaking of which, watch this. Ah, I lost my hand. I lost my hand. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna try and figure this out. So I go to settings. It's under hosted. I would think it'd be here under hosted pages. Hosted pages. Thing. Try third-party integration. No, import, export. This is interesting because what I'm seeing here for customer portal is not what I'm seeing. Single page checkout. Let's see if we can find configuring it. Okay, so settings. So I go to settings, configure Chargebee, customer facing customer facing consent management personal data. Oh, here we go. It's right here. It's so obvious. You can see it. Yeah, so yeah, it's the hey Joey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm actually, since it's like 75 degrees Fahrenheit here in Los Angeles, I decided, oh, I'll set up the new and I have the microphone working this time, so that's why my sound is probably better than a couple days ago. And I have this awesome blue screen. Looks like they're chopped off. Well, thank you, Ninja yourself. Yeah, there has to be a guide, an easy to reference guide for this stuff that people are giving, because I appreciate what you're doing. I just don't know what it is actually you're doing. Okay, so this is the checkout. I'm gonna add the logo. This is not gonna be our final. Oh, it's too. It should be a square. Well, um, I will have to get logos made. It looks we're not worried about our brand. Aha! Look at that. So logo go here, and this is it's this nice little See, people can control their account information, all this stuff. This is really awesome. Go back and see if we can configure it. So that's a checkout. Show legal information. Yes. Oh, yes. We actually do want to do that. So some of our payment gateways that we use will be doing it, even though we can't use those payment gateways directly. My thought is if we can get those, if I can configure this to work with Shopify the right way, then I can generate I don't think I care about consent. Just apply. So for example, eBanks, which is a Latin American payment gateway, they insisted on some slightly different service in order for us to use them. So we could sell in Brazil and Argentina and Peru using their currency without some of the extra fees. And because of that, it's important that I show the terms, because if I can sell coupon codes to the online classes, online live classes, not just recorded, then they won't have a problem with me selling. They'll there's less of a chance of them having a problem. So allow customers to remove add-ons. Yeah, we just recommended coupons. Yeah, we if and we'll do multiple coupons. That's nice. Why would I do this? I don't know. Can customers have multiple subscriptions? Yes. So I think we will probably force them to have a username and password during checkout, so that way in their account. I think that's important. Um, no. Um, we yeah, we you have to pay. I'm not, well. Let's just do that. Okay. Can they access? Yes, they can do that. At some point, we may do single sign-on, but um, The problem with single sign-on is configuring those is always annoying. We'll just have it separate. Customers, yes, they can download invoices. Yeah, we'll let them change subscriptions. Yeah, we'll just let them change everything. I feel like empowering people. Yes, they can reactivate. They can change their payment method. They can pause subscriptions. Okay. I think we are keep coupon box open. No, we'll just. I think a lot of this stuff is less important. Oh, and the gift subscriptions, which we want to do. Yeah, gift subscriptions are awesome. We get requests for our books, and we have for years. So being able to gift people with things, learning tools, something. Okay, so now do I actually uh wait, why do I have to check out button code? Uh Hold on, I'm trying to figure out. So I can preview it here, the checkout. They can apply coupon. And let's do Joe at just a good idea for us to see what this looks like. Account details. They put in, I don't, oh, because it's a billing address. We're not shipping. Why is there any kind of shipping? Okay, so it looks like I have to fix that. There's no reason to have ship. So account information, we can do company, just maybe something useful to have. Billing, oh yeah, please check tax document about that later. Address fields, show billing address in both places. We're going to disable shipping because we don't want to ship anything. Payment information. Okay, so I think we are worry about the rest of this later. Just make sure that shipping is disabled. Let's check it out again. Go at full. So because so let's keep them both because Daniel spelled this address is my home address. Now we go to credit card information. Oh, so we can do an error card. That's cool. And we now have a completed order. This is our studio. I can change things and that's kind of awesome. And I go, this is my success. Cool. Okay, let's try it again. So it's configure Chargebee and checkout and self-service portal. We're gonna preview the action. Oh no, I don't. Here's the portal. So let's say I'm gonna enter my email address to log in. I guess it sends a one-time password. That's awesome. just what it wants. It wants a real one-time password. Well, that's kind of unfortunate considering I sent a bogus email. So, all right, well, that's good. That's a really, really good. See, I would have had to code this myself. So I'm actually really, really happy about it. So I'm gonna send this to my work email. Except now I have to do it again. So hold on. So yeah, that just so you know that address that we're using for handling of orders, like our mailing address, we're gonna go to a digital. Okay, that looks good. That is definitely my name. So and that's definitely my credit card number. So I am good to go. And now if I go back, I do the out portal page. If I do Daniel at Elderoy. Yeah, if you notice, for those of you who aren't coders, nothing I've done so far are things that you you can't handle yourself, that you don't know how. This is all this is all stuff where I am just figuring it out as I go. None of this stuff, you know, you could say, "Oh, you know what you're doing, your computer whiz," like, um, so not here. Um, that is, I was hoping that gave it my gonna resend the one-time password. I don't know if it Oh, here we go. Awesome. So we have a one-time password. I guess when you go to this screen, because it sent me two, and then I resent it, it sent me two. So look at that. I have a subscription, and it has my account information. Like if I put in company and modify it, this is exactly what I wanted because, as I said, look at this billing history. Um, you will get people at tax time who want this information. Maybe they are getting a text. Hey, how's it going? If the blow, they have like the stream manager, so you can like and and the image, but it's like it's over on this other my monitor, which is over on this side, and it's really small. So I was like, is that and I need new glasses. So how's it going, ASP18? Yeah, I'm doing no code today. Um and do you like so a couple developments? I've got the blue screen going. I'm actually in the garage, so I've got fresh breeze and the microphone is set up correctly. Probably, I'm guessing you can't hear any fan noise. So this is really awesome. This having this portal is exactly. So now let's see about I need to um uh so we have our Shopify store, and I'm gonna be integrating both plans, and looks doesn't look hard at all. So I have a portal button code, and yeah, this is pretty straight. Let's add it. I'm going to because I have to get past the full screens for before I show you what I'm gonna be doing. Oh, well, the online store. Okay, so this is our Shopify store, and I'm gonna go to pages, and you can see we have a whole bunch of internal pages. Uh, um, going to This is Rethink joining us online. I complete this. That was when I was trying to figure this out in Stripe. But then there is the get ready to crash. And this is where I'm going to see if I can inject the code that we saw. So this is not the code. Here we go. So says it wants to do the HTML header, but I'm gonna just stick it here and see if I can get away with it here rather than have it like figure out how I can make it. Okay. So Finite Singularity said that my gate filter might be a bit high. Thank you so much for that advice. Here, I'm gonna bring this over. This is my stream manager. This is Streamlabs OBS, so it's actually my streaming software. And I'm gonna set the filter, and if you could talk me through it, that would be awesome. Because as I've said before, I am still learning. I have a noise gate, and so you said that my gate filter, is it the close threshold is too low or high, or is it the release time isn't long enough? I'm I'm still learning what all these terms mean. So any input would be great. I'll just wait for a second. Well, you give me that if you know it, or if you don't know the specifics, if you could point me to an article. The close open. It is highly mic and environment dependent. All right. So tell you what, I'm gonna drop the close threshold down. Is that better? And is the close working better? Google, what does close look, I should. God, I swear this stuff like people say, "Oh my God, you're so smart when it comes to like software engineering," and then it gets to audio stuff, and I just get lost. A few years ago, I really dove in for a while. I started to understand some pieces, but yeah. Tell you what, I'll leave that as is, and I'll just put this uh behind the scene, and when I see that you have if people say it's doing better, then that's what we'll modify. Okay, so we're gonna put in the checkout button code. Okay. Click in this. This is for checkout of subscribe to base plan. Do the other one as well. Subscribe to base plan plus probably add a little bit of thing here. Thought those were oh wow, it moved the script down here, so I may have to actually go into the hoping I gonna see what okay. Tell you what, I will um uh I will see how I'll try to keep my face towards the microphone when I talk today. And yeah, but for now, I'll make sure I'm staying focused on the microphone. That way, yeah, that way we see. That way I can continue what I'm doing. So don't think this is what I want it to be at the moment. Um, so we have subscribed to the base plan. Oh, look at that. And it works. It works. If you want to give this a try, if you want to give this a try, I'll post the link. Oh wow. So yeah, it's asking for my one-time password. This is, like I said, this is exactly what I wanted. And now it returns back to here, which this isn't where the page is going to go, but this is so awesome that I have this. So this code right here, I think what I'm gonna do is, so this is when they've paid, right? That they've successfully ordered. These checkout things will actually go into the Django crash course, um, uh, the uh, the Django crash course product page, which is here at. We'll put in some content and we'll stick them here. If you want to try what I have, right now, I'm gonna make sure I phone and there you go. Now this is bogus data. So if you subscribe, it's not a real subscription. Don't use this code and think that you have now subscribed to the course and you didn't have to pay. Um, you know, my daughter's diapers are getting expensive. So all right. This is so awesome because I now have a portal. Well, not I don't just have a subscription form, which you all can try. I have if I go here and I go to order and I proceed to checkout and I go to like this account. Yeah, I can now different address will go to Inglewood and Inglewood's in Algeria. And we're going to put in this information and boom, I have just subscribed. So this is great. What I'll do is just so excited, I'm like vibrating because I've been streaming this and been a little bit distracted. Let's see, how long have I been going on for now? About an hour, I think. So the fact that I have this working, for a little bit over an hour, and I spent over an hour with Stripe, and Stripe's great, like don't get me wrong, but and I have certainly I have this is Stripe and it's working, but I don't have a customer portal. And I hadn't used Stripe in over a year, so I had to kind of like relearn a few things. It wasn't too hard, but to be able to have not just this form, but also the customer portal and then scripts to inject it into my site is just really awesome. I'm really really excited to have that. Oh, you know what? So this is gonna stick in portal. Okay, so I think the next step now is to set up some of the third-party integrations. Like, um, actually, before we do that, so the plan is I'm gonna use Zoom to run these meetings. So can I export? Can I search by active? Was that an option? The their filter active, active and not. Okay, so we have all of our active subscriptions. These are the ones. Then is there a way to export? Yes. So we can export these subscriptions. I'm going to generate this export because maybe I can skip. For now, I could skip the Zapier side of things. Just grab all the active subscriptions. Just stick this on document. We'll have a DCC course. So Joey, who's I think if you're still on. Yes, Joey's in here. He's lives nearby me. We do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu together. It's actually my big brother in it, and he a large part of how I am setting this up is to mirror how Jingu, that's our jiu-jitsu coach, um, runs his school. I'm like, hey, I want to have subscriptions too. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why is this MMR $108? I'll have to figure that out because I didn't think. What does MMR mean? Is that month? Uh, MMR acronym. Is that month? MMR management. I don't know because I know that. Okay, so I guess that's the general monthly rate. Cool. So did I do the export? Nope, I didn't do the export. I should do the export. Okay, so I'm going to look. I could can I email? I don't want to do that. But what I want to do is get subscription, and I'm gonna do that in DCC course, and just that, and then I hate zip files. So we have subscriptions. Let's see. Oh, I actually have Excel. That's it. I get. I'm open. Bring it over. So excuse me. Okay, so I have emails, and then these are active subscriptions, or non-renewing. I guess that means whatever it means. Um, and then if I go to Zoom, and I think how did I sign into? Okay, so I use Google login. Try to use Google. And then if I schedule a meeting for, let's say, um, so I had planned to do this on Saturdays, but doing it on Saturday is going to be on the 4th, which isn't acceptable. Even if I wanted to, wife would not be happy. But let's just do this tentatively. I can change it up. I'm a little bit worried about making it recurring. I think we'll generate a new meeting. Registration is required. We'll have a meeting password, and then video on. Participants will give them that as well. Mute participants on entry. Only authenticated users can join. I think, I don't know if that's good. We don't want things to be recorded. Okay, so now we have a registration link. We're not going to provide that. What we want to do instead is send out how to view attendees. I want to send out invites. If need be, we'll do this with we can do this with Zapier too. Huh. Where I thought there's a way where you could like add in a bunch of like send people an invitation to a meeting. I guess there's this. So if I okay, so if I this up, copy the invitation, but really I'm looking for this right here. And okay, so we would send this meeting reservation out like the day before the meeting, so that way people could then join. This is kind of awesome. So that would work. Then send email to host, close registration after meeting date. Yes. Manually approved, don't need to do that. Don't need this information. Have you purchased Django Crash Course? The group. Yeah, I don't want to be helping people who haven't. I mean, the curriculum is a Django Crash Course. I don't want people to come and say, "Hey, I don't have it. What do I do?" Like, this isn't, you know, that's not how this is going to work. The way the course is going to work is, well, I'll be going through the course myself. I expect students to also be doing it themselves, and if they get stuck, I'm going to be stopping what I'm doing to help them. And if you don't need help at that point, then you should go on and continue. And yes, I know that some people learn best by writing a video tutorial, but this isn't a tutorial. This is a class. And I've tried to run classes. I've tried to do tutorials before online, like you record and you show, and I've done it 3 times maybe, like actually done serious effort, months of work, and just didn't like doing it at all. I'd rather have that live interaction. Okay, so I think where we are at now is that I want to clean up this page. This is the the success page. When you successfully register, it will direct you to here. I'm going to clean it up, and then so that way when you are when you're registering, when you've registered, it'll direct you to here. It'll give you instructions, And let me write up those instructions. You just searched for the online Django 5 class. This is a live event. Daniel Eldroy and other Eldroy staff, Fabio, possibly. Will be teaching the course in time. If someone gets stuck, the instructor help them move forward while everyone help them over their obstacle while everyone else forward. Mandatory. The Django crash course ebook or book is mandatory for this class. If you don't have it, you will purchase it here. I'll link to it. Products course. Also put it FAQ. We'll put FAQ. Just we will have to trust me on the FAQ. If you want to check billing status here. And then here we're gonna do if you you can check billing status, your subscription, status. You can change or cancel, pause or cancel your subscription at if I go to our course, our customer course portal. Wrap that up. Customer course portal. And we will be cleaning this up over time. We're going to add in a few FAQ items. How do I how do I get into the classes? People are ask. The day for the class we'll email you the URL and password. You will need to install the Zoom client. Okay, FAQ, how do I get in? Look up the Zoom client. Okay. I think when you first go, if you have not installed it yet, ask install software. We're using, so if you installed it, Zoom software, and you might say, well, why are you repeating this twice? Trust me, I am blind. I will miss this stuff myself. So this is why I give this information to other people. Can I ask you questions about things not covered by the course? Make sure these are all H2s. Yep, this would be H3. This would be an H3. Yes, finite singularity. You tell them again, and you smile the whole time. And what's funny is I will rephrase things, or Audrey will rephrase things, and do it a dozen times, 1,000 times, and one, people won't get it, or two, they'll come up with an edge case that we don't cover. What's weird is in the field of tech writing, they have this thing against writing FAQs, which I think is awful. I think FAQs are really really useful, and I don't understand why people do that. No, we do stay on topic during class. If purchase our one development one time with of our staff. So by pay our hourly rate will by I have all these people say, "Hey, can I just have like half an hour of your time to ask you questions?" And trust me, I reschedule it. I mean, I respect it because I've been there where it's like, "Oh, you need help with something," but I like these will add up. I get 5 to 6 of these a day, and people aren't really interested in paying for this help, and I understand that, especially if you're beginning, you don't know who to ask. So what I tell people is, hey, ask in public, and I give them the forms I will go to online. You can come to this stream and ask me questions, and I will answer to the best of my ability. Or you can go to this link, and I think I charge, for me, I charge $200 an hour, and someone was telling me I should charge more, but I haven't, it's not like anyone's chosen to do this in a while, so not with everything going. Okay, so how do I get into the classes? So finite singularity, you taught practice C++ to engineering grad students for nearly a decade. It was simultaneously rewarding and frustrating. Um, yeah, teaching is hard. There's a reason why this is only going to be 2 hours a week. Is that I know how much I can do in instruction, and if you know, but I have a lot of sympathy for people who are trying to learn. I try to think of myself as a student. Um, and I also know there's a lot of bad instruction out there right now, especially in the Python and Django. You also see it in JavaScript somewhat, but wow, there's so much bad instruction right now. In fact, and so that's one thing I get asked for help on is, hey, I went to a job and they said I didn't, all my stuff was bad, and then they send me a link to their portfolio site, and like there's no pep 8. They have weird patterns with loops, and then I'm like, where'd you, it's like, and then they said, yeah, I was taking this course by someone, and I look at the course, and they have raw beginners modifying primary keys in Django, which makes no sense. So uh yeah, finite singularity, that's the thing I'm talking about. And in one case, this happened recently. This guy, he's been doing these tutorials for different languages, and he did one in Django, and he has like 40,000 followers on YouTube. And he built a hospital management system in Django with no foreign key constraints. And if you know anything, I'm getting into like programmer talk now, but foreign key constraints are what keeps data, one of the primary things that keeps data from being corrupted. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, but when you hear the term database corruption, it is often because this was not implemented. And to see that someone implemented a hospital management system with patients in it, without foreign key constraints is terrifying. And then he's teaching it to beginners, and he's got like, I don't know, 10,000 views on YouTube. And the code base that he did, he shared it on this site called GitHub, and it has 1,000 forks. And I was like, oh my God. So I opened up this issue and I said, hey, you need to fix this. And eventually he did. Let me see if I can find his account, because he what was awesome about him, and I respect this, because he took my criticism, and at first he was resistant, but then he came around to it, and he's like, hey, thank you so much. We had a private discussion, and he said he's still learning some of these things, but he thought he could teach it. The point is, though, is that what he did, it's not just um trying to see if I can find it. GitHub Django hospital management. Oh, there it is. Sumit Kumar. That's his name. And he's probably some. So it has. Okay, so it doesn't. This doesn't have 1,000 forks, but it's 66 forks. And some people are saying, "Hey, this is a toy project." And here's the thing: the people who sell software to hospitals and insurance companies are not the engineers, right? The people who are selling it are salespeople. The making decisions to buy this software are not engineers. They don't understand the software. They are just getting, hey, how's it going? True Gaminger, do I know you in real life? Um, the thing is that the people building, the people who purchase it in the hospital, they are listening to salespeople. They're not talking, generally not talking to engineers. Uh, so um, what? Well, hey, True Gaminger, it's great to have you. I'm just giving a quick rant about about some software practices. The thing is with hospital management, it ties on to something called HIPAA, and it's like health information processing access stuff. HIPAA is what means that your medical information is private, and you don't need to worry about other people accessing it and knowing what's wrong with it. And it's not like if you get caught screwing it up, you get a slap on the wrist. No, it is a felony. You can go to jail for screwing this up. Now, it doesn't apply in all countries. In the United States and in about 2/3 of the country in the world, they all have similar laws and regulations. So that's about 2/3 of countries in the world. Now, the other third doesn't. Sumit Kumar, I think he's from India, and India doesn't have this. This is why Indians know all kinds of health details about their celebrities. This isn't anything against Indians. It's just that he doesn't have to worry about it on his end. But there are thousands of people who have watched his code example, might use this to try to build a hospital. They could get themselves into legal trouble. Or let's say someone outsources their hospital in India and it's built off of a constraintless system, and then that contract gets canceled because it screws up, and the parent company in the US gets hit with litigation and executives and people start going to jail. Then you might have hundreds of people out of work in India as a cascade. So even though the laws in India don't apply, typically, and I've worked with a lot of Indians over the year, either in the US or outsourcing in India, everyone tries to respect each other's laws. So he built this not understanding what he was doing. But what was awesome and gives me chills is that once he got past the initial resistance, he was great. He's working and learning more about foreign. So I'm so happy. I thought that was my car driving away. So I'm really happy with the outcome of this. Anyway, let's get back to finishing this up. I think this is what I'm gonna do with the FAQ. And what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to get rid of these two links because where is okay. Course portal. Didn't I paste in? Okay, so it is there. I just want to see how this looks. I went off on this long tangent. There we go. So awesome. Yeah, you certainly do have that in fintech, as has been pointed out many times. And until relatively recent, probably even now, your account, a mass multiplaying online service like World of Warcraft or EVE Online or Fortnite is probably more secure than your bank account, which is unbelievable. I remember before they had two-factor auth in bank sites, and they had choose which image to make sure that your login is correct. It's like, And then a lot of banking sites are powered by antiquated ASP sites running on old versions IIS. Like I've moved off of bank sites because of. Okay, so what I want to do now is because I'm pretty happy with where things are now. Um, this page is not going into our navigation. It is the page. Trying to think, what else do I need to do? I think I probably need to write some content in the Django crash course. And of course, we're also going to have to put in the newsletter. Our Jenga crash course product. So for those who aren't coders, this is a ebook. Well, right now it's ebook. We're waiting on proofs. And it has this is an introductory book for the Django web application system. So trying to think, where will we put that? Actually, I think I shouldn't write the content for this yet. I should consider it, see about going. Or let's figure out some more paperwork real. So I can configure 3D secure under gateway settings. CA is only required in Europe, effective in some countries. So are there any Europeans listening now? Because I'm wondering if I should use strong customer authentication. They do it for Stripe, so let me see if I can figure it for. So how do I configure it under gateway settings? I'm in gateway settings. This makes no sense. Maybe it's I need to enable 3D secure. Maybe that's in production. I think what I'll do is I will see if I can enable it here. Anyone have any ideas? I'll need to add why is Chargebee support? Oh, I guess that's so as I'm learning this stuff. I want to go live. Let's go live. Like what could possibly go wrong by so ready to go live. Move to one of our amazing plans and start accepting payments. Oh, I don't want to pay money. Enable two-factor auth. I'll see if I can do Google. All right, so I have two-factor authentication. I'm at Feldroy. Not Feldroy. This is Chargebee. I'm gonna add in time password. I'm gonna this widget here. Screen capture this. So again, for those of you who are following this on YouTube or wherever, seeing how I'm doing this, I haven't. Well, I've done a little bit of code in my text field. I didn't. I could have just pasted that into the text field to make it work, and it even provided me the code. I didn't edit the code that they provided me. I don't want to subscribe to anything. And then the recovery codes, hold on. Grabbing. Recovery codes. Okay. Just accidentally showed my code, so I have to reset them because I'm a genius. All right. This time I'm not going to show you Chargebee account. That was embarrassing. So can you hear my fan going at all? I'm just... All right. Hey, it was good to see you. Monday, I'm going to be doing much more code focused stuff. I mean, can you hear me now? Oh, I mean, sorry. Now I remember. I asked, can you hear my fan? That's awesome that you can't. That was last time I did. I thought I was using my microphone, but I was using a microphone that's like right. Actually, it's down. That's part of the monitor. And I just did it again. I show my Chargebee. I'm really not being smart. Come on, Chargebee. My Chargebee account. Here we go. Let's get our security fixed again. Oh, so I didn't even have it authenticated yet. I mean, I didn't have it, didn't I? I thought I had okay. So now I have two-factor auth. I think I need to configure team members. Where is my... I can't believe they make this hard to find actually. Like I should be able to access my two-factor auth. Oh, edit pro. Okay, so I need to reset these recovery codes, and this time, third time's a charm, right? So let's not show you my codes. So there we go. So we have new codes, and okay. So now I'm going to choose a plan. Whoa. Okay. So what do I get? Unlimited payment gateways, multiple product sites, email notifications, tax reports. You know what? I'm just gonna do the basics because We may go up to the more expensive one. I don't want to do that yet because one, I don't really see what the difference in plans is. Oh, I guess I do taxes for you. Why is it? So, um, yeah, once I get off, I will reset my one OTP. So that way it's probably not going to be there, so someone can't figure out the algorithm. I'll do that. I'll do that later. Yeah, I do need to write some code to auto blur sensitive data. I keep making that mistake. So, oh, this is like, so what do you get? I get 10 users, 25 users, payment gateways. No, I don't, but there's a free plan. And what else do I get? Pricing models, payments and checkout. Um, let's see what um so let's see what the free account gets us. Up to 50,000 revenue. What happens? I'll be auto converted to the 99-month pricing plan. So there's a $99 a month plan. If I exceed 25,000 a month. If I exceed 25,000 a month, I will be happy to go up to this plan. Yeah, finite. Oh, the stories I could tell with Django packages in the early days. Because when we launched it, that was in the days of, oh, um, put your encryption key into your Git repo. It was those days, and someone gave a talk and said Django packages has this problem, and we're like, you couldn't have. Oh no, it was a keynote talk, and we are like, you couldn't have like walked over because we're in the room. You couldn't have walked over and told us this. This is I think 2011. Um, and yeah, and we also I remember back in the day when nothing was HTTPS, so like GitHub, Twitter, banks, all those things. Okay, so we're gonna do the free version, and this way we do $25,000 in sale. I'm happy to upgrade as far up as I need to. That's $25,000 in sales per month. That would be that would be good. That would be right. So email putting in save and proceed. Name of the organization. That is not who we are. Our mailing address. Okay, and now I'm entering in credit card data. So again, moving over here. Huh. I thought we got the new business credit cards. Old one. Okay, it's nearly done with the payment. Then I'll bring the browser back. Okay, here we go. So this is almost identical to test site. Our actual billing happens here. We can copy configurations, connect the payment, start accepting payments for real. Let's do it. Okay, so plans. I thought I created. Didn't we create? Didn't it say we could like just over? Let's I think what we'll do is I set up all that configuration stuff. Yeah, so he did do that. It was a him. So it was 2011. It was at Django Con, and in the US, the last one we were at, and we I came to him later. So why couldn't you just because we spent the rest of the talk scrambling, and then we said why didn't you do that? He's like, oh, sorry about that. I don't know. He made it up to us later, but yeah, I guess it was a learning experience for everyone all around. I'm not gonna hold a grudge. And he's found ways to help us since. So how do I bring over? See if I can go to test site. If I can bring over go to revenue story. I mean, I might just have to replicate again, which would don't want to have to do. Chargebee can live. So go to settings, copy Sandbox data. Perfect. So settings. Settings, copy Sandbox. You know what I'm gonna do? Because see, there's this chat window here, which is probably useful for you, but I have to look over to see the chat window and see what people are saying. So I'm gonna do something. Which yeah, I have a chat room here. I'm gonna click pop out. But if I do this, see, I can blow this up, and then this is what I would see. Wondering if think I'll just leave it here, and then once this fills up, um, uh, once this starts filling up with chat, then I'll just get rid of what you can see uh, there. What you can see there, so that way I'm not like looking here. I'm not looking over there all the time to see the chat. That way I can see the chat right there in front of me. All right, so what I'm looking for now is how to um, copy Sandbox data. So I think, oh, I do it from the live site. Go to live site, go to settings, we configure Chargebee. Looking for Sandbox data. Here we go. Perfect. So we're going to get, this is where we're transferring our configurations. This is nice. Let's, so we have subscription cancellation, pause, unbilled changes, all these things. Product catalog. Perfect. This is exactly what I want. Yeah, we're fine. We Okay, because we haven't done anything yet with the live site, so it is transferring over. Just so everyone knows, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or I think it's 5 p.m. UTC. Wait, I think it's about 5 p.m. UTC. I'll be streaming a few things. One is updating tables and 2 scoops of Django, so they're pretty. Another thing I'll be doing is taking a Webpack tutorial. As, I mean, people think I'm a Django developer, but really I'm a Python, JavaScript, and Unity 3D developer. And but I don't know Webpack. And if you're doing any kind of web development and you don't know Webpack, even if you're not using a single app, you've hamstrung yourself. So I plan to spend some time doing a Webpack tutorial, at least basic one. And if you don't know Webpack, join me. We'll do it together. We'll cheer each other on. If you know Webpack and you want to be there and help out when we get stuck, or if we get stuck, or if people have questions, then please, by all means, join us. We'd appreciate it. So, oh, I think this is done. So let's see if we have products. Our plans. Yes, we have our plans, and these are active. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to, this is our product. I'm actually going to add this already. First of all, I'm going to get rid of this variant. I created this variant to play around with some Zapier configuration, but whoa. Did people buy this? No, they did not buy this. Oh no, those are tests. Yeah, I ran tests. Oh my God. Ooh, I thought that people had bought this because this was just a test item that I didn't get around to getting rid of. So I'm gonna nuke this, delete these. Okay, um, so yeah, if you want to learn Webpack with us, then come and join, or if you want to help, come and join too. And there may be some other, not sure what else we'll do tomorrow, but I'll write out a list of things that we'll be doing if we get the tables corrected and then the Jenga crash course, not the Jenga, the Webpack tutorial done in time. Okay, so we have our product is here. What I need to do though is right now our portal. 2 scoops of Django is written in raw LaTeX. It is our own custom flavor of LaTeX. And if for those of you who are not programmers, academics might know what this is, but LaTeX allows you to create beautiful books, but it's really hard to use. Whereas Django Crash Course is written in a tool called Bookdown and is easy to write in. Okay, so we have our checkout and self-serve portal. We're gonna think this is all here. Custom fields. I thought we had a custom question. Okay, so this is, wait, I thought I brought over the shipping stuff. Hold on. So account information, we're just gonna grab their email. They're just, I don't want to have them add in their name once and twice and multiple times. The less we can have them do that, the better. Payments. Yeah, we'll see if we can get away with not having first name and last name. Just again, we're trying to uh make sure that then labels don't really care. Show legal information. Can they edit plans? Can they add remove coupons? Yes, and multiple coupons. I thought we brought this over. That's kind of what's annoying. Um yeah, LaTeX. So finite singularity is talking about the best parts of LaTeX. I agree. It is. Once you start using it, you have a love-hate relationship with it. It's so powerful, and yet there's there's a lot of issues that you can face with it. So um, okay, can they add remove? Can they add multiple coupons? Um, uh, yep. Can they remove schedule changes? Um, portal for contract. We don't have addresses, but keep coupon books open. Should we care about PO number? Yeah, let's do it because maybe people have it, as part of their job. So, browser locale, add domains. I'm not worried about. Um, we don't care. We don't want to watch too much into conversion tracking because people get offended. We can always change that. Um, Cart abandonment. That's excuse me. The URL or some of the parameters are not active. Oh wow, so they could do one-time password or both. Some of the parameters are not accurate. Oh, what am I missing? Oh, so one there's privacy and need to have that. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can. Whoa, 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 whoa. Uh, so it doesn't let. We're not allowing customers to pause their subscription. I thought we could do that before. Okay, let's try it again. We're gonna save. Okay, so let's integrate with Chargebee. So copy the have online store pages, and we have crash in Django. Get ready, crash in Django. Okay, so let's see how this works. So if I click on this, I haven't configured any gateway login to merchant configure. Oh, because I have to do the payment gateways. I thought everything was getting sent over. A little bit annoying that. Although that's the test stuff. So we're gonna pick Stripe. Okay, and okay, I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. Oh, I have to upgrade to do ACH. Oh, that's interesting. All right, but we're going to apply Stripe. Uh, Two Scoops of Django does introduce Cookie Cutter a bit, not extensively. There's a time when I was blogging about it a lot when we were like, yeah, maybe we can turn this into a business, and people give us support for it, and then that that didn't happen. Well, actually, no. I should be honest. We do make some money from our open source work, like Cookie Cut, and it's a lot. I mean, $30 a month for software that Fortune 500 companies use and send us demand requests for in the middle of the night. That's a lot of money. Okay, so see, so there's me. Uh, I'm glad. Yeah. Once I learn Webpack, I might incorporate it into Cookie Cutter Django. But Cookie Cutter Django is so huge now. It's I don't understand parts of it. It's yeah, there's a lot to Cookie Cutter Django. Oh, we can do it through Google. Hold off on that for now. And oh, I thought I was authenticated with. Well, I'm already authenticated. Just our people here. So the question though is, I go to um, Gateway or itself portal. See if I can letting me okay, so I think it should work now. Let's give it a try. Wow. So this in theory is hitting live production. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna put in my email, then gonna put in my first name and last name. Oh, okay, and then yeah, so I have to use my password to make this work. So this is live. If you go to this page and you want to register for the Jenga crash course, go ahead. And I'm gonna see about this too. This is wrong. Okay, so I need to fix that really quick. Oh, so yeah, hold on. Gonna go to descriptions or product catalog plans. This is the ID. Now if I part of it is I have to figure out the mechanism so that way they get the order for the book. Awesome. Look at that. So see this, you can get, they call it a setup fee. Well, I wonder if I can yeah, that'll be fine. I think we can iterate over this. That's one of the things I like to do is iterate over projects. Okay, so assuming that someone purchases the ebook, what I have to do is I need to go to Zapier and I'm going to go to my Zaps. I'm going to get rid of the So this is where it would, when someone placed order with Shopify, it would for it would create a meeting, but or it register them in a meeting, but that's not what we want to do. Oh, I need to turn it off. Okay, so we're gonna crash you. Okay, so all right, so now what I want to do is I can go to Chargebee, and when a new subscription occurs, I'm gonna sign into Chargebee. Oh, look at that. I need to put in my API key. Well, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna grab my API key. Move this over here so you aren't tempted. API key that I'm supposed to. I just need to find my API key. Here we go. Okay, so I have my API key, and okay, so let me bring over the browser again. Now that this right here is or here is now matched with this window, I think what I can do is I can do awesome. And I think if I this, I think the way to hide it is like that. Oh, what am I doing? Right here. How's that? Is that better, this style? Or should I do it or should I do that? Should I do having oh, wait, what happened to my chat? Oh, I think when I hit it, it lost. Wow, that's interesting. Well, when you do that, you lose you lose the context of your chat. But what I like about this is now for me to see my chat, I can just look at my screen. I'm not like constantly look over there. You can see the handsome profile of my face. Okay, so we have the app. When it's triggered, test our trigger. What? Hold on. Choose account. Choose app. So actually, wouldn't it be under payment? It would definitely be under payment. So let's do when a payment is triggered. Okay, because it's not because a subscription might be oh, so Finance Singularity said I've set up an iPad angled at me just below my main monitor to watch chat. That's a good idea. I might have to try that. So can I test a trigger? Oh, because there haven't been any payments, so there's no way to do that. And then I want to filter. Thought I was, oh, you know what? I wasn't creating a filter. Hold on. Really delete. So what I want to do is I want to filter, choose app and event, only if that rules. Yeah, I'm clicking. Oh, I have to hit continue. So if show all options, invoice ID, customer ID, invoice total, that's enterprise only? No. What? Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, maybe that's the name of his enterprise. Whew. Okay, so I think okay, I think that because I was thinking it's enterprise plan text. Oh, I'm looking for exact. Text contains exactly matches, and then the value would be if we go to product catalog. See, this is me creating a filter without any code. He is very explicitly named. Yeah. Um, okay, and then what we need to do now is create an order in Django Crash Course for the ebook. And not the it's in Shopify. So we're going to I think create an order, and what we're going to look for is um, product is go crash course, and we should be able to pick a variant. Quantity of 1. A product variant. Perfect. There we go. So they get the ebook. They get 1 weighting grams, not important. None. Don't be a none. Purchased through Chargebee through Chargebee subscription. There's no disc. Oh, I guess there might have to be a discount. So discount amount is percentage enter is dot. I guess it's gonna be 19.99. Discount code. Huh. So we're gonna send a receipt. We shouldn't let them know inventory behavior, decrement, ignorant, obeying item policy, financial status is paid. So do we need to do a discount? Yeah, because otherwise it's gonna mess up. It might mess up our financials. Then the fulfillment status is every line of the order has been fulfilled. Oh, no. We don't want it fulfilled. None of them have been fulfilled. The reason being is that this way it should trigger our systems for handling of sending out the ebooks. Shipping address, first name is the first name is, there is no shipping address, so we don't care. Billing address. What we really need is I think we don't make these mandatory, but the email is. So what I'm looking for now is the email. Where's the person's email? We need that. Okay, I'm gonna need to get the email filled in because that is really, really important because we need that email to track them. Where is the email field? An email for your customer. There we go. So, email for where is that field from? I'll have to try that out. Finite singular. Well, I'm gonna save this. We'll try it out. One needs attention. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to do a test payment to. Maybe I should have done this with it. I'm gonna. Oops. Okay, so I'm about to. I've put in my subscription information. This and subscribe. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. So now it says get ready to crash into Django. I check Chargebee. There we go. So I have that worked. I have a running subscription. That's gonna cost me $108 the whole length of the month. Then now what I want to do is theory issue with the filter app. Well, the nice thing is now I have test data to work. I need to name charge book. Oh, you know what? I did the wrong amount. Instead of doing the more expensive version, I did the cheap one. So it is well, on the plus side, I could get it with the customer portal, and let's see, I can do Daniel at Feldroy.com, and we can see if okay, so what I need to do is I want to cancel this subscription. Oh, I can edit it. Oh, really not much I can do. Oh, look at that. So I can update it. Let's see what happens if I do that. I just, with ebooks, I just did that. Ooh, that's interesting. If you do that, So I need to change this because I think I am able to with this I think I am able to scam the system because now I can claim the ebook. So that's good that I did this. All right, so payment gateway is okay. So I enabled subscription. This is something I wanted to do, but now what I'm looking for is modifying the subscription. There we go. Allow customers to modify their. No, we don't want to give them the power to change subscriptions. Here's why. The reason is that they could use this to they buy the cheaper version, then they upgrade to the ebook version, and then they say, "Hey, where's my ebook?" So I don't want to have that happen. We do want to let them cancel, and we do want to let them pause their subscription. Okay. Right, and let's enable. I'll worry about gift subscriptions later because I'm okay. So what I want to do now is I want to cancel this subscription. Okay, so subscription canceled. I don't want to reactivate it. What I want to do is a different one. Okay, so we're going to do it off the ebook. And we're email. Actually, I can put in this information. You've seen it already. There are errors when submitting the form. How was there oh, California. Okay, so hold on. I have to use a real credit card. Yeah, I know I'm losing like a few cents. And I should, but I think it's not a big deal. Here we go. Purchase order. We're going to ignore the purchase order. Oops. Okay, so here we go. We're going to pay and subscribe. All right. So now the question um, uh, um, I didn't have this turned on. Oh my God. I didn't have that turned on. See, there's an issue with Chargebee, step 1. Well, it didn't matter anyway. It wasn't going to let me run it because I hadn't tested it yet. That's okay. I'm not going to get worked up about it. Step 2 needs attention. What's wrong with step 2? So Zap would have continued. Excellent. Refresh this page. Okay, to test Shopify, we need to create a new order. This is what will be created. So we'll have to go in, delete it. The email is hi@feldroy.com. That's really not what I want to see. So let me see if I can. So it creates that, and then this is not the email that I want for my customer. The email I want for my customer is the email that All right, we're gonna see what happens. Worried that when it creates this, when it sends it out, the so is that from us or is that from the customer? And I'm worried it is from the well, let's find out. Order fulfillment status is invalid. So order fulfillment status. That's I don't understand. How is that? It's saying null, fulfilled, partial. Let's try partial and see if that works. Because we can then do a search. Yeah. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so it didn't have an error. Gonna go to Shopify now. So here's the problem. And this is really frustrating. It's not insurmountable, it's just kind of frustrating. So it created this test order in Shopify for $0. You know, we discount it by $19.99, but the email provided is hi@feldroy.com. That is patently and totally useless. Because yeah, I don't know how to fix this. An email for our customers, new payment charge. Oh, you know what? I'm such a bonehead. This is what I need. Yeah, this is it. So I'm not following. So finite singularity as to Zapier of tokens that can be email field. Absolutely. I'm looking at the wrong information. So the other thing that I'm noticing is that this is not there's another tool in here that we use for managing our e-products, which is called SendOwl, and uh, it is not triggering anything within SendOwl. So that's another problem, that the user is not getting access to the things, and I thought it would handle it automatically. Let's see if SendOwl is available as a product, and if it isn't, then I'm gonna have to think for a few minutes on how to do. Go to dash. We're gonna look for SendOwl. So SendOwl, we have SendOwl. That's awesome. So maybe the answer is, instead of creating a app where we create a Shopify order, what if we create a SendOwl order? Thought I just did SendOwl. So SendOwl. I could have sworn I just saw SendOwl. Okay, hold on. I go back here to Zaps and I go to my dashboard and there's SendOwl, right? Let's see what SendOwl does with. So could someone order the course, get the book, then cancel the course, keeping the book? So that's a good question, finite singularity. Maybe the answer is to not worry about this and just see, handling your use case is a problem. Maybe the answer is to not worry about the book. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna get rid of the book plus course option for now, and get one working. We could. Let me think about this for a minute. I'm gonna see what integrations we get with Sendal. Okay, so it looks like we can so is that it? That so searches, are there any actions? There's no send out actions. Oh my goodness. So here's the thing. We can't easily do this right now. Because I don't want to come up, because Sendel doesn't look like Sendel is what we use to send out orders. These are not actions. Like, this isn't something where I can tell Sendel, hey, create a new order. No, this is not doing what I want it to do. This tells me that there's a new order in Sendal, and if I pull up a previous order for an ebook, here's one. There's 2 scoops of Django. Get pass the person's data. When the payment was processed, I'm not sure what it is that triggered this app. Yeah, so I think I need to figure out what I'm going to do, because I don't want to have to email ebooks to people. That makes it really hard to figure out what's going on. So, I think for right now, what I'll do, like, we go with the simplest, easiest way of doing things, which is we get rid of the we get rid of the we get rid of this one, the subscription-based plan bus ebook. It is what it is. We don't always get what we want, and I'm sure it's possible, but this is the thing with no code. This is actually a really valuable lesson. What about emailing one-time use 100% off coupon code after the course is complete? They know they've taken the course, no refund. I don't know. I need to think about it. Another thing that I could do is issue a discount code in our store for the book. Is that possible with Zapier? Let's see if that might be the answer. Let's see if we so this, how do I get rid, delete this, and then Shopify, 8 more events. Yeah, so there's some things that I can do. I could create a gigantic spreadsheet of discounts and then have it access it and then email them that discount code. That's one option. I just need to think about it. And if necessary, we can do it in a manual process. If it takes a few extra hours for someone to get it, and we just write a script that checks it every morning, this is where this kind of stuff can be really useful to have some coding skills. So that's the thing about no code, is it doesn't remove the need for software engineers. It just means that for relatively simple tasks or straightforward things or simple integrations, we're not doing that. We're not doing the scut work. That's all incorporated into no code that's provided by Zapier and Chargebee. But then you hit those edge cases that they can't handle that we could handle with like a simple script. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to description before I forget. Thing I sent to Pi Danny. I lose my. Oh, I know why. Because I need to check my. Didn't I use Gmail for this? You send the one to. Oh, it's going to Daniel at Feldroy. Hold on. I'm looking at customer. Let's try PyDanny mail. And if necessary, I'll just use the send it a second time. And I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this. All right, and let me just make sure I don't have any more active subscriptions. Okay, so both of my subscriptions are canceled. Yeah, with refunds and courses, it's tricky. It's easy to say, oh, no refunds ever, but then you get people who get cross and angry for this reason or that. Usually they're people I don't want. Also, I'll give you a good example. Then this needs to go into the FAQ while I remember it. Can I ask you questions? Is there a code of conduct? Absolutely. We follow and enforce a strict code conduct. Absolutely. Hold on. Abusive behavior won't be let's be positive. We prefer to be by nature, we prefer positivity and encouragement and will not tolerate abusive behavior. You would rather kick a paying student, a single troll who makes it harder for others to learn. We'd rather keep everyone than rather kick my daughter. I just found out my daughter just fell asleep, so not too much longer. Okay. We'd rather kick abusive trolls than lose you abusive trolls, than lose everyone else. There we go. And yeah, and then we'll deal with we'll have to think about refund policy for that. I prefer not to give it to them, but sometimes it's good to just tell them we don't want to ever get your money. And I've actually done that. There's been some people, nope, not not interested in selling my books to you, and I refunded them their money, and just they were so nasty and aggressive. And it's about once a year that we get someone like that. We had one not too long. And I was just like, no, you're you're blocked from accessing our GitHub repos, all of them. So yeah. Uh yeah, it can be rough. 2014, late 2013, early 2014 was really hard. We had a whole bunch of abusive people on us. That was a period when it was very much the case that, as when you're doing anything in software, you weren't allowed to charge for it. Such a funny time. People are a lot better about that. That was a time when like Patreon was like, and other things are like such a novel idea, and are making a. I wish before I got burned out on open source that had happened. But for those of you who have been following along, as you can see, we aren't able. Yep, you get what you pay for. And the thing is this is actually a discount. When I charge an hourly rate, it's at least $200 an hour. And this is a chance to, what we're trying to set up with this Chargebee thing, and of course, is the ability for people to get to interact with myself and other senior engineers and learn, and not just have a course read to them, but actually take a course with us. And that we're charging just as much is kind of maybe not such a good idea for us. When I give tutorials at conferences, and typically people are charged, $90 to $100 for 3 hours. And I've certainly given my week-long tutorials where people pay $3,000 a seat. So from a financial perspective, this might not be the best idea for me, but I love working with beginners, and this is my chance to do that. And it's also my chance to show that look how far I got without really doing any code. I mean, there's some on this page early on when I was getting these links in place. I didn't actually need to do that, and maybe I should have done this without coding. I think Chargebee could present. I'll show you where it is. Chargebee actually could do this. Where is it? The checkout on self portal, the integrate with Chargebee, they could show this without they could demonstrate this in a way that is easier for people, like for people using Shopify and other tools. I have apps. So if this goes well, we'll consider doing a more advanced course. If also, and part of it, it's not just financial, it's also, do I enjoy it? I am 100% uninterested in doing a non-interactive course. There's so many of these that, and when I've tried to do this before, people are like, hey, someone else is doing it on Udemy for $10 and I get like 30 hours of instruction, and some of it is quite good. I'm not disputing that, but I don't feel like getting into a race to the bottom. And that's what we have with these static classes. The other thing I don't like is when you do a static class like that, there is like every time you have a version change, you have to re-record a bunch of stuff, and that just drives me batty. Like if Django goes from 3.1 to 3.2 with Django Crash Course, it's not going to be a big problem because we're going to be doing it live. But if I have to redo everything because people are panicking that Django 3.1 is not Django 3.2, and I've encountered this, I I can't take that. I can't take re-recording everything. I'm not a video producer. I'm just a coder who likes to write and code, and I can talk while I code. So thank you for understanding finite singularity. I really, really do appreciate that. Wow, I wonder how I could like close this thing. But anyway, so I'm going to be going. If you've been following along, or if you've just stopped by, again, my, this is going to be posted on YouTube, and so that's where the final version is going to be. And uh, uh, if you watch it there, please subscribe, like it. The more of that I get, the more I can justify making. Typically, my work is actually coding when I'm doing stuff. This is just kind of a Sunday afternoon, can't leave the property in a pandemic um, experiment. If this no code cast is popular, then I am happy to do more. I actually find doing no code kind of fun because it's very much like a putting pieces. So I don't think that any less challenging than coding. I need to run. This took me a while to do, and I got stuck. I have to go. But if I wanted to code all this stuff, it would have taken me probably about as long. And it wouldn't look as good as this beautiful. If I go to this page, this customer portal, it's lovely. So thank you very much, Finite Singularity, and I hope to see you more often. Take care.